It's time for our tech segment, and joining us now is our technology reporter, Paul Ndeho. Hello, Paul.
Hello, Esther. Afrocentrism can now be a game changer for schools in Africa. Children in Freedom School, a little-known education institution in Nakuru, Kenya, is disrupting the traditional education system. The school is generating a buzz in Kenya and globally after being ranked among the top 10 schools making a difference and overcoming adversity. For more, I spoke via Skype to Dr. Udhiri Kanayo, co-founder of Children in Freedom School based in Nakuru, Kenya. Welcome to Africa 54.
Thank you for having me.
The first time I talked to you, it was during the pandemic. You had started at this school. You were one of the pioneers to bring technology into schools. When the schools shut down all over the world, you came up with an e-learning model. And it has since kicked off, and you are doing very, very well.
Since 2020, we've been still spotlighting the African culture and positive African narratives for our children. We come from a backdrop of a lot of negative narratives about Africa, Africans, Black people. And if we don't take it into our hands, take it into our own, make it our own responsibility to edify our children, to encourage our children and make them feel proud to be Africans. Children in Freedom School has even gone deeper and wider into Afrocentric learning, where we don't only follow the Kenyan curriculum of education, but we add value by taking children into the histories, empowering histories of the African, of the Black people, the innovations of their forefathers, the great wealth of their continent, just positive vibes about self and identity.
For purposes of our audience, you talked about Afrocentric. What do you mean exactly?
Afrocentric means simply Africa-centered. Africa-centered. That whatever it is that you're doing, you put your lens on Africa, African culture, African ideologies, African narratives, just the African way of life.
You talked about how from the time you're kids, you're taught about Africa in a negative way. You look to the west, you look to the east, you say, hey, those places are better. If I grow up, I want to go there. Kids aspire to come to the west and to the east. How is it being received on your end?
Very well, but it's taken time. So the school is now 5 years old. I can say it's taken these 5 years for people to not fear being Africa-centered or an Africa-centered institution. I could honestly say that initially there was a lot of suspicion. And it goes back to how we have been, I can say, indoctrinated or socialized in a Eurocentric way. That the African way has witchcraft, the African way is not up to speed, is not up to standard. But with time and with the outcome and outputs of the school, that children are doing just as well academically, if not better. Their confidence has hit the roof. Children are so proud to be African. They love having this black color, this melanin. And it doesn't remove them away from doing technology, learning foreign languages. So we have been used to show that Afrocentrism, you can be African and proud and still be global and still embrace other cultures.
What's the enrollment like?
At the moment, we have 300 children in the school.
You've done incredibly well. You are getting this international recognition now. You have a lot of people interested in what you are teaching these kids. Bring us up to speed.
An international or global shortlisting from the world's best school prizes. The world best school prizes spotlights schools that are doing innovative work, community-based work, a work that is going just beyond the classroom, going beyond the maths and English, in making the world a better place and in using the talents of the teachers, the educators, and the learners. So we have been shortlisted in a category that is called Overcoming Adversity, which is, as it says, that the school has overcome a challenge and an adversity that's in their community, in their society. And for us, the adversity that we have overcome is the lack of the African culture, African languages, African presence in our school curriculum.
Udhiri, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much for having me, Paul.
That's today's Zateka report. Back to you, Esther.